everybody. Welcome back to Real Talk with Sean and Julie. It's a pleasure for us to be talking to you guys, and hopefully you guys continue watching and are really enjoying what it is that we're bringing to you.
Yes.
Today's no different. Today we're going to be talking about communication and how important it is. Communication it's a necessity. Like a lot of relationships is being destroyed for a lack of understanding, a lack of communication. So it's not something that you have to put on the back burner. It's something that really needs to be at the forefront of your minds.
Right.
How you communicate and how you speak to one another. So today that's what we're going to be talking about.
Like I said, a lot of these things that we are speaking to you guys about, honestly, we experience every single one of it. We have experienced, these are testimonies, and like I said, it's still a work in progress. Communication I don't feel like you can never get that down pat. Because you always have to grow in that area in your life. We just basically, we talking on communication with, basically on marriage right now. But it could be in any area. Just take it into any area of your life. If you already set in the marriage area where you guys are talking beautiful and you got the communication, going and everything, that's good. Maybe this might take it to another level, or maybe you can put it into some other area in your life.
And really how important it is you really do have to continue to gain understanding with one another.
Yes.
Just because we've been married 9 years don't mean I need to know the new Julie. She's grown since I met her the first time, so I can't continue to look at her on the same way I looked at her 9 years ago. Every single day it's a new Julie. There's a new way of understanding her or learning her. I have to learn her every single day.
One of our biggest problems that we had in our past, as we go further in our marriage, we always took things out of content. We always we will. I'm telling you, a lot of it is the enemy. It's the devil. Because your spouse or your partner, you guys could be talking to each other and communicating with each other, and all of a sudden, here comes a partner saying something like, you say something to them, and for instance, I was to sit there and say, you know what, baby, I think you should fix your hair this way because I don't think it looked right that way. And all of a sudden, you just take it account, and you said you don't like what?
You don't like the way I look?
Right.
What's wrong with what I look like?
Right, and I think that's a lot. That's a problem with a lot of marriages. Sometimes we take that one word, we take it out of content, and all of a sudden you get offended. Or your feelings get hurt. Or you feel like your partner is saying it in a certain kind of way. I mean, there's times when we do say it in a certain way. It depends. It depends on how a person's coming. Because sometimes a person can come harsh. And they could say some flat out rude, disrespectful way. Just don't even care about nobody's feelings or anything. Oh, that skirt don't look right on you. You know what I mean? That's you too chunky for that. I mean, it's just point blank. That's flat out rude. That's just disrespectful, period. And you definitely need to be offended by that. You definitely need to be offended by that. That's not cool. That's bringing somebody's character down. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about basically you're just saying something that towards your partner not to hurt them, because your intentions. You know your intention not to hurt them. I'm not here to hurt him. He's not here to hurt me. But it's sometimes when you say it. And it could be the way you're saying it. Oh, babe, your hair. You need to do something with that hair. You know what I mean? There's a difference. Okay, I could come to him and say, baby, your hair, I like the way you fix your hair and everything. But you think you might want to change it up a little bit, Make a nice little cute, better style, because you already look handsome, but I just want to see you in another style. I just want to have fun with you. I just want to see you in a different look and different perspective. Instead of, babes, you ever think about changing hair? Because I'm just tired of seeing it like that. I'm just tired of looking at the same man all the time.
Right.
I just feel like you need a new look because it's not doing it for me anymore. There's a difference. There is a difference how you speak to people, how you approach people, how you say things, how you bring it to the table, basically. And it is. I mean, I know. Now, I'm not saying to watch everything you say, because then it's like walking, that's like walking on eggshell. You don't want to be like that in a relationship. It's you not being yourself.
You're afraid to be yourself.
Right. And there's some relationship like that.
We went through
that. We went through that already, to experience that, where it's like, you can't say, it's like, oh my God, if I say this to her.
So touchy.
She's going to take it this way. If I say this to him, oh my God, he's going to take it this way. So it's like, I might as well not say nothing.
Right.
And then they're cut off. That communication's cut off.
Yeah.
Completely. It's like, wow. You know what I mean?
Nothing gets resolved.
Nothing gets resolved.
Right.
Everybody watch what they have to say, because if I say this, it might hurt them. Or if I say, and sometimes you know what? You have to say it though. Somebody got to be the bigger person.
Right.
Okay, somebody got to step in and say, you know what? Enough is enough. I don't want to continue walking on eggshells.
Right.
I don't want to continue not guarding myself every time I have to talk to my husband or talk to my wife. That's not fair.
Then you lose respect for one another.
Right.
If I can't be me, if I always have to watch what I say every single time that I'm around you, oh, I'm too harsh, or oh, there is a time where you are too harsh. But if I just need to flat out just come out and say what I gotta say,
right?
You should be able to know your partner enough to knowing, yeah, man, he or she's really just trying to tell me what I really need to change.
Right,
you know,
right,
what
right.
I really need to work on. She always tells me certain things that maybe I don't feel like hearing, but I need to hear. And I gotta, like you said, love is not easily provoked. I can't be so sensitive and get provoked on what she's telling me, because she's just flat out telling me the truth.
Right.
Truth hurts sometimes, but it's got to be said.
It does,
it
but
really
it has
does.
to be said. Somebody has to be the grown up in the relationship. If both of you guys are not agreeing and you guys keep banging heads, and you guys are not communicating, somebody got to step up to the plate and said, you know what, enough is enough.
Right.
I can't deal with this. I can't continue having our marriage go down this road and we be miserable like this. You know what? We need to stop this. We need to grow up.
Yeah.
And don't just point fingers. That's another thing in marriage.
Yeah.
People like to point fingers all the time. You did this to me. You did that to me. Remember when you did this? Remember you used to sit up there arguing about stuff like that? Like when he bring up something and we get upset and we get in an argument, first thing we want to do is lash out on your partner. Just point. You. Mm-hmm. No, you did this. But if you didn't say this wouldn't happen. If you didn't do this, you gotta. That cannot be in your conversation. It can't be in your language when you speak. You can't, because it's not going to get you anywhere, because all you're going to do is keep pointing fingers and the person's going to keep, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and you're getting nowhere at all.
Because if you're going to point out my flaws, I'm going to point out your flaws. You keep on pointing out to me what I'm doing wrong.
Right.
Well, how are you going to point out to me what I'm doing wrong and you just did 5-6 things? I can point out some stuff. See, that's wrong.
Like I said, that's why I said somebody got to be grown up in here. If not, both of you guys are going to have to come together and sit down and work that thing out. Sit down and just say, you know what? Yeah, we arguing, we fighting, we fussing. Mm-hmm. Yes, your fault, I'm a fault. Make sure you don't point your finger at the person. Right. Make sure you said, I'm a fault too.
Yeah.
You're at fault, baby. Mm-hmm. I'm at fault. And point out everything that the other partner's doing wrong.
Right.
And you don't own up to your own responsibility. And you don't say, well, I was wrong here.
Right.
That's what you're supposed to do. Sit down and say, I was wrong. I said this and I shouldn't say that. I'm the one who have, like us women, some of us women we can't shut our mouth. Time that it needs to be shut up, we don't know how to do that. Mm-hmm. We have to learn to listen sometimes. Yes, majority of the time we're right. And I don't mean to say that. We know. We're filled with the Holy Spirit, we know. But sometimes you just gotta back down and just allow your husband to be right sometimes. Allow him to have to take control. But sometimes we have to be quiet. Because we always yapping all the time, and we're not listening. And that's another word that's so important in marriages, in communication.
It's crucial.
Listening. Hearing what your partner's saying.
You want to be a good communicator, you got to be just as good a listener as you are a talker.
Oh my God, yes. You have to listen. Mm-hmm. Listen to what's hurting her. Right. Listen to what's bothering him. Mm-hmm. What's fussing, what's making him fuss, or what's making him not doing the things that you want him to do, women.
Because that's what it is. If someone keeps on nagging at you all the time, you ain't going to do nothing. You're not. Okay, I can't please you.
Right.
Everything I try to do, I feel like I'm not doing enough, or I can't do it the way you want me to do it. So I'm just not going to do it. I'll give up. I'm done.
And this isn't a man's perspective.
We want to fix things. We want to solve problems. And if we feel like we're never solving that problem, or even when we do fix it, we didn't fix it to the way you wanted us to fix it. After a while, we just give up and just like, man, like she said, we do need a cheerleader sometimes. She's not giving me encouragement no more. It's because I keep on doing the wrong things.
Right.
But in my eyes, I don't feel like it's wrong,
Right.
But that's where you got to come in and really take it to God. If it can't be resolved between you and your partner, and you keep on getting to disagreements, like they said, let's just agree to disagree. leave it alone and take it to God, and then He'll have the right answer.
Even the word said, "How can two walk together?
Right.
Lest they agree."
Yeah.
You have to agree. Right. You have to come in agreement. It's so important. That agreement is so important.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And like I said, it is like my husband said. Like the man don't always want to hear a woman bickering. You know what I'm saying? And complaining, and you know what I'm saying. Just keep nagging at him. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that.
Right.
But a woman don't want neither. A woman want to be a woman exactly laziness. A woman want to be heard. We want to be. All we want to do is hear what you have to say. Hear what we have to say to you. Just listen from a woman perspective, my perspective. Just listen to what I have to say, baby.
And that's so.
Just hear what I have to say.
Perspective.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Sometimes you don't even have. It's not even. I don't even want to be right. I just want you to listen.
Do you understand?
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What I'm saying important to you enough to you to listen to me and change it and work together so we can make it happen, make this change in our marriage to make it better? Is what I'm saying important to you for you to sit there and say, you know what? Okay, for you to actually close your ears, turn your ears away from how you feel, your perspective, and just listen to what I have to say and listen to my perspective.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's communications. You want to hear each other's perspective. You want to shut down because a lot of times when you're talking, you already know the answer. You already know the answer that you're going to give them. You already have in mind what you're going to say even while they're talking.
I don't like people that do that. You're talking to them and you saying you making a point, and all of a sudden they just interrupt you and said they finish your sentence for you. Basically, people that talk before you even finish talking and saying the words out of your mouth, they finish your sentence for you. I don't like that.
And that's
stuff.
Not even what you were going to say.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, I know what you. No, that's.
Those are people that always thinking they know it all. I don't like that. You know it all. You don't know everything. You don't know everything. That's why it's good to just kind of take your mind off yourself. Take your thoughts off yourself for change and put it on the person that's speaking to your partner.
Right.
And get into their emotions, their feelings, what's bothering them.
Right.
What's affecting them and how much is bothering them, especially if the woman's crying and is hurting her.
Exactly.
And she's telling you these things over and over again.
Yeah.
It's a cry out to help. She's telling you that this is what we need to work on. Maybe she's not approaching you in the right way. Maybe she's not approaching you in the way that's respectful. Maybe she's not approaching you in the way that is making you want to consider it. But you know what I'm saying? Consider it. The fact that, you know what I'm saying, consider what's bothering her, what's making her cry, what's hurting her.
Right.
Consider it. You know what I mean?
And before you try to fix the problem, say, I know what's wrong with her. And then you go try to do something. No, don't do nothing. Listen. Understand.
Word, man, is listen.
Before you do, understand. For real. You trying to fix it right away. Like, I see a problem, I'm gonna go fix it. I see this.
And that's what men are. They're you said, they're logical.
Logical.
And women are more, on emotions, you know what I mean? Be emotional. That's just how we were created to be. Just saying, sometimes if you want to make your marriage work for your spouse, if you want to try to make this work and you love your spouse that much and you're willing to work on it and fix this marriage and fix this relationship, you're gonna have to deny yourself, deny how you feel, deny what you want, how you think, how you see it, how your perception and how you see it for your partner.
Right.
For your partner, because that's your way of saying I love you and I'm willing to come into your world. I'm willing to give you whatever it takes to make you feel good, to make you feel better, to fix this, to make this work. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, a faithful woman and a loyal woman is ride till we die, honey.
Oh yeah.
We are riding till we die. We with you no matter what.
Right.
And if we see that you're taking the time to do that for us, to come into our personal space and want to hear what we have to say and make us number one. Yeah. And make us feel like what we say is important to you and it matters. Our voice matters and how we feel matters. Listen, anything is yours with her. She have your back. She's there for you.
Right.
Point blank.
And men, men, you know this. That's one of a woman's number one love language. That's one of the main things that they like in a relationship is communication. And a lot of times, men, we don't communicate that much. I'm one of them. A lot of times, I don't have to talk to anybody. I can just go get my job and do my work and be out.
Right.
But women, they want to have communication. They They want to feel each other. They want to know you. They want to be in tune with you. Right?
We want to feel number one in your life.
Right.
And I'm telling you, listen, in marriages, man, a lot of marriages need to stop putting the kids in front of their marriage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
that is so thick in this world today. Yeah. So many people putting their kids in front of their spouse.
Yeah.
That's so sad. That is so sad because I'm telling you, it'll cause so much damages in your marriage.
Yeah.
Because God said He's number one. Then the husband. Then the wife.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then the children, the family.
Exactly, yeah.
There's an order to it. God has an order to it. And that's exactly what's going on in marriages today. A lot of them putting the kids, letting the kids come in. I'm telling you, in the beginning of our marriage, our kids used to they used to sit up here and do something. I'm telling you, kids smart too. They know.
Oh, yeah.
They sit up here and do something. Like, for instance, I tell the kids, you cannot go outside.
Right.
You want you to stay inside, you got to do these dishes.
Right.
It's your dish day, you have to do these dishes. Okay, and we set rules. We set rules. We put rules and we said, okay, today's your dish day, today's that dish day. And, you know what I mean? And we both set rules, right? Okay, one of the kids come to me, not to my husband, to me, and come and say, Mom, I know it's my dish day, and I wanted to see if I can go outside and just play for a little bit and everything. And here comes one of the kids trying to talk one of us out of it. Oh, Mom, can I go outside? And I know I'm supposed to do the dishes. Can I go outside and just I have to go to my friends real quick because they're gonna get ready to go and I want to catch her and all that stuff. And I'm like, well, I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just go ahead, go on outside.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
I come home.
He come home. The same time the kids get ready to go outside, you like, wait a minute, and that look in the sink like there's dishes in the sink. Yeah. Why is it not done? And then the kid's like, oh, well, mom said I can go outside.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? And dad is like, wait a minute. Well, this is not what we discussed. We discussed for the kids them to get the stuff, chores them done before they go anywhere. And then here comes the kids, saying, yeah, well, Mom says okay, so I'm gonna go. And dad is like, okay, the kid's gone. And here comes me and dad coming. Oh, babes.
I guess my word don't matter anymore.
Yeah, right. She just get offended by it. Babes, I thought we said we was going to let the kids them do the chores before you even go outside. And he's all upset and he's like, well, what happened? Now it's like Mom's word overpower his word.
Right.
And the decision that we make.
Exactly.
So now that right there is dangerous because then the kid's going to know who I can use, who I can go to get what I need.
If Mom just
yelled
at one of them, or Dad just yelled at one of them, they're gonna play on the other parent that didn't do the yelling.
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna.
The one that would let them get away with stuff.
Yeah.
The one that would let them get away with stuff and let them get away with things that they know they're not supposed to get away with.
Yeah.
And then afterwards they play on that, they're gonna start using that parents for the other parents. That's where the argument comes in.
Right.
Oh well, Dad said I can do it, and Dad said I can do this, and then that's not fair because then there always is there's gonna be kids that like the one parent more than the other, or respect one parent more than the other, and that's not no.
That's why we make that decision.
That's why we have to make one accord.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have that one accord, you both come in agreement. That's what can happen. The kids will play on whoever parents is more loose. More, let them do more because the kids. That's what a kid want. He wants. They ain't gonna sit up here. They have one parent that's strict. They ain't gonna come to one parent that's strict. They're gonna come to one that's loose. That's like let them get away with stuff. Kids wants to get away with things.
And to me, they played on me with that because I was the loose one. Because like I said, she had 4 girls before I even came to the relationship. They know Mom don't play, so I'm the new one in the family. I'm the one that got grafted in, and I try to like not just. Just come in and just be extra hard and just trying to push my weight around. I was trying to like ease into it, and they saw that I was trying to ease into it, and they eased into stuff that they knew they weren't supposed to do.
Exactly,
so,
and that's where a lot of the argument.
That's where our communication.
Was off. So we had to come in agreement.
Yeah.
We had to come in where it's like now. If we agree, if we both agree on something, there's no way the kids them could come and say, "Oh, Mom, can I do this? Can I do that?" My first thing is, what did Dad say?
Yeah.
And when they come to him, what did Mom say?
Right.
That's it.
They would just say, "Hey, Mom, can we go outside?" And she said, "Go ahead." Now I love and respect my wife's decision so much. I don't even have to second guess it. Okay,
right.
If mom said it's okay, then it's okay.
Right.
Yeah, but in the beginning of the marriage, you had to really.
You gotta work on that.
Yeah, you gotta work on that.
It's a process. It's a process, and it takes time. It takes, like I said, practice. It takes you and your partner coming together and trying to make it work. Try to one mind. Yeah. Eventually, they'll come to one mind where you both think in the same way, on the same level.
And that's where the communication. That's where the one mind can't happen if you guys are always arguing and stuff is not coming into agreement with a lot of things. That's what happens in a relationship, in a marriage. The enemy tries to come in and tries to always confuse your language, try to get you guys not getting into agreement. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Whenever there's arguing and fussing and fighting, whenever there's confusion and there's bickering and fighting, there the enemy lies. It's him. He is in your marriage. And you don't want that. You don't want him to be in your marriage. That's why you have to take control. And you have to come together and in agreement. You got to come in agreement. Unity, that oneness. You know what I mean? In order for it to function and work the way you need it to work.
Like I said, that's why we was talking about in standards and setting boundaries. Like you really do have to have certain boundaries in your communication, because if you don't, then you can't just speak your mind every time. You know, a lot of people they do.
That's it. That's a lot of people's problem. They just speak whatever's on their mind. Just loosely speak. I'm like, the Bible said everyone should be quick to listen. Quick to listen. Slow to speak and slow to become angry. That's what the word said. I think it's the book of James. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that's what the word says. You have to be quick to listen. Don't let anger get in the way. Because anger, I'm telling you, when you allow anger to get in the way, I'm telling you, everybody, the first thing you want to do is quick to speak. Whatever come out your mouth, just lashing it out. Like I said, a tongue thing. Just pow. Just spew it. Reacting, respond.
Yeah, respond.
Don't just react. React is like just lashing out.
You say this, I'm going to say this.
Yep, you say this, I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
You do this, I'm going to do this. No, respond. Respond meaning you're taking time. You're taking in what they're saying.
Right. That's the pause.
You know,
you need a pause button in a relationship. You got to hit
pause button.
Just pause for a second.
Just pause for a second. You know, you get ready to.
Hear me out.
You get ready to.
Yeah. Right.
What? Pause. All right. I'm gonna sit here.
Slow to speak.
Sean and Julie said pause.
Yep.
I'm gonna sit here and listen.
Slow to anger.
Although I feel some anger, the anger's rising. It's in my bones.
I want to say something.
It's in my flesh, because you know the flesh lashes out.
Yeah.
But the flesh is just, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Yeah. It's weak. It's just want to just
out of the abundance of the heart.
Because when you first begin and you want to hear your part, you know, you want to get this thing right. You first imagine you want to work this thing out. When you first start trying to work this thing out and trying to listen to your partner, you're gonna feel the flesh. Right. Just prepare for that. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Yeah. Prepare for that. The flesh gonna want to rise up and say some things and just like cut them off and just be like, you know what? I'm done with this. You know what? Yeah.
And when she's saying flesh, she means emotions.
I'm talking about emotions and feelings, y'all.
Right.
It's gonna want to get in the way. Right. It's gonna want to control you. That's what we tell you. You cannot allow that to dictate your life.
Right.
Dictate your decisions, your choices in life is so important.
Exactly.
It's so deadly to people. I'm telling you, it's messing up you guys' relationship. It's messing up your decisions in life. Everything it does.
It's messing up your communication because you're just speaking out of your emotions and feelings instead of you know. Yeah, like that's what the word says too. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
Yes.
So whatever's in your heart.
Yeah, guess what? You're going to spew it out. It's going to come out.
You better put a pause on that.
It's going to come out.
You better put a pause on that.
Yes.
You know, you don't always have to speak what you feel.
And listen to me. And one of the what do you call it? The fruit of the spirit is self-control.
Self-control.
Self-control. You have to control the tongue.
Yeah, control.
It's the smallest part of our bodies, but it does the biggest damages.
Life and death, baby.
The biggest damages.
Life and death.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So just be careful, you all, in your marriage, how you speak to each other. God watches that, and He keep that on record. How you speak and how you treat others.
He said that too. He
tell you to put others before yourself. If He tell you to do that, then obviously He cares about how you treat your partner, how you speak to them, what you say, and how you know what I'm saying, how you. Decision that you make, you know, because when you make decisions, you consider your partner too. You have to everything.
I'm telling you guys, your words, you don't realize how powerful words are. I mean, you really need to learn how powerful your words are. You ain't supposed to be talking out of your feelings all the time, your feelings all the time.
You cannot sit there and call yourself a Christian or call yourself or sit there and said this marriage is based on God's foundation, God's words,
right,
God's principles,
right,
and yet you're cussing each other out. And yes, you're disrespecting each other,
right,
and yet you're talking to each other behind each other's back,
right,
in front of your family.
Hey, that's a lot of things.
And putting each other down.
Gossip, man.
Gossiping about their marriage, taking it to family members and saying this to your family and saying this to your... It makes the other person look bad.
It does.
You're downgrading them. Right. You're making them their personality. Now they can't stand this person because you don't sit up here and put a whole bunch of venom and a whole bunch of negative things in their head about your partner.
Now your mom and dad don't even like your spouse anymore.
Because of what you say.
Yeah.
And you say that, and all of a sudden, here comes they invite you to a barbecue. Yeah. And you and your husband get along fine, and everything is going great.
And that thing's over.
And that thing is over with. And you come invite them to your family, but just remember what you say to your family. Right. They remember you talking negative about them, putting them down, and saying all kind of stuff about him. So they still have that in their head. So when he come around, they're looking at him like, why is he here? What is he doing here? Why she brought him here?
They ain't getting no.
I ain't gonna feed him. I'm not gonna sit.
They ain't getting no steak
because of what you say about him. Because of the negative things you spoke to your family about him.
Right.
Stop doing that.
Exactly.
That is not cool. That's not right.
Because that happened in a moment.
Right.
You mean to tell me that moment is going to ruin the whole... That ruined the perception of who you are.
That is none of your family business anyways.
It's not.
That's none of your family business.
Or else's business.
That's between you and your spouse.
Right.
And that's what you guys need to do. Keep that stuff. Keep your issues and your problem between you and your spouse.
Yeah.
Keep it between you two. If you want to talk to a family who's trustworthy, a family member who's trustworthy, a grandma, whatever, exactly. Make sure they're trustworthy. You can go and talk to them about. Honestly, just communication is one of the keys to a marriage. It's the key.
It's the foundation.
It's the foundation. Thank you. It's the foundation. Yeah. It's what builds the marriage. What keeps it going. What keeps it flowing the way it needs to flow. You know what I mean? You have to communicate. You have to. Is the key. And if you feel like you and your partner can't communicate, honestly, and you can't, and certain things you can't work because it's more bigger than you guys, take it in prayer.
Yeah.
Go together in prayer.
Exactly.
And if you can't go together, go by yourself.
Yeah.
Just take it to prayer and ask God to help you, because there are certain situations that sometimes communicating and talking about it, you can't solve it.
Yeah.
You can't fix it.
Yeah.
And that's where prayer comes in. Take it to God and ask Him to help your marriage, to renew your marriage, to build your marriage on the right foundation, on His foundation. A cord of 3 strands. Mm-hmm. 3 of them. When you have 3, Sean, me, and God.
Right.
Sean, me, and God. It cannot easily be broken. Mm-hmm. Because do you know why it cannot easily be broken? God is the main ingredient in our marriage.
Yes.
He's the one who spiced this thing up so good. He's the one who cooks it up so well, and He knows exactly what to put in that dish.
He's our foundation.
He's our only foundation.
He really is. He teaches us how to communicate.
He does.
He really does. Yeah.
Without Him, this marriage would not still be here.
That's true.
Without Him, we wouldn't have the character that we have. Yeah. Without Him, we wouldn't be telling you this wisdom that we've developed along the years as we go through the marriage, as we go through our ups and downs and our mistakes and our faults. We would not be telling you this if it wasn't for God. God kept this together.
God's the one that taught us how to sacrifice. Sacrifice my own opinion.
Yes, in marriages, that's what you got to do.
Sacrifice.
Sacrifices.
Even in communication. Listening to me is sacrifice. I'm going to sacrifice my own opinion and what I want to say long enough. I'm going to sacrifice my own opinion and what I really, really want to say. But I'm going to sacrifice that so I can listen. I'm going to open up my ears and close my mouth. And I'm doing it as a sacrifice so she can get out and pour out what it is that she wants to say.
And that's going to happen. You're going to have to do that so much in your marriage.
Right.
It ain't going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be so many times in your marriage that you're going to have to sacrifice. You have to. Because now when you come together, it's not about you anymore. It's about your partner.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, God honors that. You're not being selfish.
Yeah.
You don't like selfishness. You don't like that.
If you feel like you're always right all the time and you always have the like she said, she's saying that jokingly, she said the woman's always right. We always have it right. But you got to come into the oneness. Like, let that rightness be part of me now. Now we're as one, so now I'm right sometimes. And
right.
Yeah,
and it's not, you know what, it's not even about being right. I don't even care about that
peace?
stuff.
How about peace?
We it's not even about being right. Honestly, I tell you the truth, with me, especially with me, I know it's to him too, but especially on my part, it's not about being right at all. Mm-hmm. It's about considering my partner and my partner needs over my own.
Exactly.
Period. That's how I look at this marriage.
Right.
I don't look at it any other way. Considering his needs, his wants, what he wants over my own. And that's selfless.
Yeah, selfless.
Point blank.
You want a long-lasting marriage. You really do. It has to be selfless. You know, it's two becoming one. You can't become one, two coming together if you're still living. If you're always being the one right, if you're still wanting to keep all your decisions, all your ways, and never wanting to come into agreement with stuff, then there's no reason to be in a relationship.
And when I say selfless, I just want some of you women to know that out there in your marriages, he has to be doing his part too.
Yeah.
In order for me to put his needs first.
Right.
Don't be putting your needs. Don't be putting all your needs aside for him when he's not doing what he needs to do for you. No, let me just correct that.
Yeah.
Make sure your partner, both ways, both partners are doing their job, doing what they're supposed to do. Him doing his part and meeting your needs, and you meeting his needs.
And that's what I say. They say the wives submit to your husbands, and you know they always want to be submissive. When I'm the head of the house, I'm the one in leadership. But if you're the one in leadership, you should be the one that's the most compassionate. You should be the one that be quiet long enough for. You have to bring in the influence. You have to be, like you said, the first responder. Right. If it's time for us to really end this argument right now, it should be the husband that ends the argument. Don't try to win an argument with your wife or be right all the time. You know, you're not gonna win. You might have won the fight, but you lose the battle. I someone said that before.
Right.
You might have won the argument, but you lost the overall respect of the wife.
Yes.
Because you didn't know how to be quiet.
Right.
You're always just trying to push your weight around. You can't go pushing your weight around all the time. It's my way or the highway.
Right.
Well, then go ahead and go on the highway then. Right. Because that's not going to work in a marriage. It does. It has to be two coming together. Right. It's got to be two becoming... You know, you can't have your way all the time. Right.
You know, we just want to share with you guys and, you know, just be real and authentic. You guys know everything, the mistakes and the faults and everything, and what we did to correct and make changes in our marriage, you know what I'm saying, in our lives. Yes. Yeah. Thank you all once again for watching Real Talk with Sean and Julie. Hope you guys enjoy it. See you guys next week.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Bye.